Hello. I just wanted to show off my junk journal. So this is kind of what the cover looks like. So that's from an old bookmark. The majority of the cover itself is made from an old gift bag that was ripped. This is from the back of a Ms. Bitters action figure from Invader Zim. And then I have this tucked in the front, and it's a card from McFarlane. It's Bizarro, which is one of my favorite characters, and then it's in this sleeve that I got at a convention one time, and I only just got the one sleeve, so I don't really know where it came from or anything. It was just something that someone gave me. And then there's this, which is from a comic that was falling apart. And then I've got this attached to one of the straps, and I like having the straps on there that I kept from the gift bag because you can kind of carry it around like a bag. But there's this little Avon thing in here, and it's got a bunch of different cards from different things. So there's like a doppelganger from D&D, and then there's like a Daredevil card from Ultimate Battles, another D&D thing that's runs you through combat step by step. So, you know, just kind of random cards that I thought were cool that I had that I don't really play the games for, that I tucked in there. And then here we've got, this is a character I have from a sci-fi D&D campaign I'm going to run. Or not really D&D, it's its own system. And then a little drawing I did. And then here, I've got like a keychain hanging off this. So this is from an old, like, half-size binder that I had that was, the cover and stuff was falling apart. And so I saved this from it and used that. And then my little keychain has a bottle cap on it, this from a broken necklace, and then this thing from like a little vending machine. And then I have this to kind of keep track of, if I need to keep track of a page in here. So it's my favorite Pokemon and a Alolan Vulpix on a MCR bracelet from Hot Topic that this bracelet broke. So I turned it into this. In there you can see that's a ticket that I have that's from Sun Records in Memphis. And then this is a little collage I did with, based off some comics I had that were falling apart in a background from a New Orleans magazine. So we've got Mr. Majestic, and then these two are stickers. So this one's from a comic. These two are stickers, so it's Spider-Man and Spider-Girl. And then Superboy from a comic. Scar, Hulk's son from a comic. And then Supergirl. And I liked this especially where Scar is throwing Superboy around and then Supergirl's burning him. And then back here we've got these little movie posters. And then this thing, which is like a little TV screen that I made. So it's just like clear plastic with a, crap, I can't think of what those things are called. But then I have all these little stickers on sticks, I guess, that you can move them around. And then we've got this Master Universe comic, which came with the Sunman, like 5.5 inch figure. And then we've got this Empire Strikes Back ad that was from a comic that was falling apart. And then this little eye I drew on a clear piece of plastic. And then this is a game that was advertised in a comic book that I thought looked cool. And so I really like this picture and stuff. And I saved this because I would like to play this game sometime. And so I saved it to kind of remember the name of it. I have a bunch of blank paper in here to add more stuff. And then I have this, which is also from that binder that was falling apart. And I glued this old Valentine's Day card on it. And I cut a piece out from this to cover up something else. And I was like, that kind of looks like a fly. So then I drew a fly in there. And this is actually like clear plastic that I like kind of carved the pin into to give it that look. And then glued it on there. Just more blank. So this is a creature I made up for my sci-fi world. My player character for my sci-fi world. The pilot of the ship from my sci-fi world. A little like blackout poem I did. So this is from a Spanish to English dictionary. And I just put no comprende on there, and it's words that are like C-O-M. And then, because I don't actually speak Spanish. And then this is from that same Ms. Bitters action figure. It's the rest of it. And so I want to draw my OC in this at some point. And then, so there's where I cut the heart out off that card. And then in here is just a bunch of extra paper, and this is like a cardstock something from something. And so I'm just saving stuff if I want to add more. And then we've got Darkwing Duck on the back. And then these are like little pop-ups. So we've got this girl screaming from a random brochure from New Orleans. And then Alice from Alice in Wonderland. And then on the other side, the White Rabbit. So past those, we have this, which is currently blank, but I can also draw on here if I want to. And it's from a old marker thing I have. We have another He-Man comic from the little figures. So this would have come with like the 5.5-inch Jitsu. This is like a collage I did with different stickers that I had. And then I'm been trying to draw a fairy girl, and I'm not too great at it, but this is an old piece of wrapping paper, and then that is what I put stickers on the back of. So this is all this stuff in a row is going to be from comics. So there's this, which was an ad for X-Men figures, and then this, which is from a cover, this, which is from a Ghost Rider cover, and then this where Hulk has Captain America's shield from inside of a comic. And again, all these comics were falling apart. I just rip apart good comics. This is from the same Mr. Majestic comic as the one that was in the collage earlier. And then I have Nightmares Become Reality, it was for a Sleepwalker ad from Marvel. And so I want to do a whole thing in here for the sci-fi campaign that I started. So there's all this blank paper that I can do. And then this booklet, I could actually be able to take out if I wanted to reference it. And in the middle of it, I have this, which is just a coloring book page from a D&D coloring book that I had, that I colored. And then back here, we've got a little, it's a envelope from a card that I got. And so I just glued this way and then have the top open, and there's all this extra little paper in here and stuff. And so there's like the spider guy I drew, and then there's stickers all around it. And, you know, you've seen all the washi tape and stuff. Oh, yeah, there's also a key on that chain to the chain that was in the front. There's also a key on there to a padlock that I don't know where it went. So, and then I already kind of showed the back, but so anyway, that's my junk drawer.